So as I get older in life, I'm starting to experience so many different things. I really am. And just recently I started to experience things such as like, hey dad, what is the best car for me as a new, car owner, as a new driver? And I've been giving advice to my kid and all that stuff. I want to talk to you guys about something that I told him. And by the way, I'm testing a new microphone right here. Essentially, I want to start recording with my cell phone a little bit more. And the problem that I have is that cell phone audio sometimes is not that good, especially if you are out there and in the wind and stuff like that. It ruins the audio. It really does ruin the audio. So anyways, I figure, you know what? I do a lot of YouTube videos and things like that. Might as well invest on an audio system that allows me to attach it to my cell phone and again record some good audio. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Is it good? Is it bad? Whatever. Just let me know down there. And by the way, you see this? Man, this is about to go away. I'm going to see Charlie right now. He's going to hook me up with a haircut because really, I need help. The city of Bunnell. I'm going to tell you, this city is so small. I mean, just a little tiny thing. Again, really, really small. Apparently, it's really big when it comes to land. And one of the biggest cities in the state, I believe. But when it comes to like, businesses and things like that, it's so small. You just got a couple different things. But I like it. I really do like it. Some of you guys live in big city. And some of you guys say it all the time that there's a lot of traffic and things like that. Well, I really don't know what traffic is. Since I've been living here, I mean, it takes me no time to go to work. It takes me no time to go anywhere. If you see that place right there, that's Mohawk. That's actually where I put my bars on my Road King. And right here to the left, that's Charlie's place right there. If you come here, make sure you check out Charlie's place. He is definitely a pretty cool dude. And I've been coming here for a really long time. Okay, how we looking? I think we're looking good. Way better than what I was. Man, I look like a bear. Really interesting, some of those things when it comes down to cell phones. So I been paying for cell phone insurance or whatever it is. And essentially, my cell phone broke. And when you actually get a new cell phone, you would think that they fix it or something like that. Not really. All they ask you is for you to essentially pay a co-payment of $200 and something, and then they send you another one. It's insane. So I'm actually sending my cell phone back. There it goes. I'm headed to my favorite place where I like to make videos for you guys. So here's what I told my kid. I love my truck. I really, really do. It gives me so many different capabilities that I do as a family man, right? I got my bed back here, which I love. I could put tons of stuff back here for the kids, when we buy furniture and things like that. I mean, it's fantastic. I love how high it is because I could sit down and be very, very comfortable. If you don't know, I have back issues. So again, the truck happens to be extremely comfortable. So look at the front. It looks mean. It looks nice. I mean, it's a 2014, so we're looking about almost 7 years later. But guess what? It still looks cool. Man, I really, really love this truck. But it's something that fits me. May not be necessarily what fit him and may not be necessarily the best choice for him. And again, he's looking at getting his license. He already has his permit. He already has he's already driving vehicles and things like that. So again, he had a job over the summer, so he saved some of his money and he's really looking to buy a vehicle. And he asked, Pops, he asked me, what do I think, Dad? Should I, what kind of car should I get? And again, I told him about trucks and I said, look, man, a truck is really not the best choice for you. First of all, a truck spends a ton of gas. Really, they do. And the truck is expensive. Now, I'm not trying to be better than anybody else or anything like that, but the problem is that if you cannot afford things, then you become something that item because you're cursed. Really does. You can no longer enjoy it. You can no longer have a good time. You work all your life thinking that you have to pay that bill. And I said to him, you don't want to get yourself in that kind of situation. You see guys, you know, living out of their means. You have this beautiful car that you think is gorgeous and all that, but you don't have money to put gas or maybe take a girl out on a date or something like that. So why would you get yourself in that kind of situation, right? Trucks happen to be expensive. Now, obviously, you can get a used truck, but nowadays used trucks are even in some cases as expensive as new trucks. But let's take the truck equation out of the way. Two things that I told him. Gas. Guys, I just put gas in this truck and I pay $70. And when I saw that price, we all know whose fault it is. Not going to get there. But when I saw that price, I was like, dear Lord, $70. Now, in my case, I combine it with my motorcycle. So really, I don't put gas that often in the truck. But as a person out there that this is your only vehicle, man, I don't know what to tell you. That is a big bill. I remember back in my Marine Corps time, I had another Chevy Silverado. Obviously, I like them. And I was spending $100 a week, $400 a month. And then it was like a $429 payment, $829 plus insurance. Obviously, it's something that some people may not be able to afford that. In that time, I barely was able to afford that. It was horrific. So again, that's why I drive a motorcycle a lot of times to save gas to work. So I told my kid, look, listen, if you don't need this because you don't have a family, you don't have something to take around, you don't have, you don't work in a job that needs to take, a vehicle like this out. You don't have none of those things. And you're a new rider. Why would you put yourself in crazy payments? That is definitely not my advice to you. That's what I told my boy. My advice to you is to buy a car that you can afford, a car that is not that expensive, a car that, is economical. So you are not, slave to a large bill and slave to a large gasoline bill as well. A lot of people are becoming slave to their debt. Don't become a slave to your debt. I've been there, done that. Man, I hate that. I hate being a slave to a payment. We already do with things such as like a house and things like that. So again, a truck is really cool, guys. A truck, if you're a young kid out there, obviously I love trucks. Trucks are really cool, but if you cannot afford it, it's going to become a curse. It really will become a curse. And if you don't need it and you're paying all these bills, it's going to stop you from doing all the things in life, right? Because all you do is work to pay the stupid bill. And that's not a life. Really, that's not a life that I want for my boy. It really not. And you know what? I don't know if that's the best advice ever, but that's the advice that I gave him. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And as always, God is in control.